So now you have learned the 2 steps of the strengths-focused identity practice, and you have been practicing it a lot, we assume. You have gathered together a list of strengths, and you have learned how to elaborate it ongoingly. You have now found someone with whom to work on this practice. So you have started a strengths-focused relationship. And with all the positivity that you have garnered from those actions and choices, you have found yourself more able to focus on the present moment. You find yourself more aware of each moment as it occurs. So now what? This importance of positivity slide has been created to encourage you to just keep at it, because it gets better and better and better. So when you recall and or focus on positive moments, when you choose to act from and or focus on your strengths, when you engage others positively, you will experience this right-hand column of good feelings and thinking. And the point of saying when you is that when you don't do this practice, these things, these steps, it is likely that you will begin to become aware that you are not experiencing these lovely goodies. So do the practice and you will experience increased awareness, which Gerald is going to talk to us about.
Well, awareness is just simply being open to things that are happening in your life, in your experience at the moment. And that's a very important thing, to be in the present and in being aware of things. And so oftentimes, if you're not that way, different things are interspersing in with your current thoughts, and you're not really focused. But this increased awareness with the focus on the present moment is a really wonderful thing to learn to do and to be good at. Keep doing it.
You will experience confidence and enthusiasm. And I can tell you that when I work on elaborating my top 10 list, I definitely in that moment experience confidence. I say, oh, yes, indeed, that is who I am. These are things I do well. And I feel enthusiastic about my next opportunities to do them. And overall, it's very hard to prove a connection between the practice and the more generalized feelings. But overall, since Gerald and I have been doing this practice, developing this practice, my sense of confidence and enthusiasm about my life is exponentially more. There are more confident, enthusiastic moments now than there were before I did the practice. All right, so Gerald, tell us about feeling well, feeling of well-being.
Well, there is connected with this, and I've noticed it over my life, and it's increasing. This general feeling of well-being. I could use the general word feeling good, but it's something that is not just a momentary thing and then it's over. It's a kind of a well-being that continues, and it's it's a generalized feeling of just wellness, and so it's a really good thing and it's related to positivity, very much so.
And creativity thrives in a positive internal environment, and it runs away from negativity. So cultivating positivity will make you a more creative problem solver, or artist or poet, or whatever you want to create. It will thrive in your internal atmosphere of positivity.
Great. And mental clarity, that's a feeling that are a way of being that I've noticed in my own life, and I've noticed it more happening early in the morning, sometimes at 5 o'clock in the morning. But basically, it that's just some special times. But during the day, I feel that similar clarity show up, and it's this feeling of that. Yes, I'm seeing things the way they are, and I'm seeing things that I hadn't quite been able to articulate before. And that clarity is just a great thing to have, to experience and to feel clarity as much as possible. And I feel I definitely have increased the amount of mental clarity as a result of doing the practice.
Related to the confidence and enthusiasm is a feeling of hopefulness. And that's a forward-looking feeling of expecting that I'll be able to deal with what comes up. There's a kind of strength there, and feeling that positive moments will be there. With a lot of experience noticing and articulating positive moments, I've gained a certainty that there will be more of them to share and enjoy.
Right. And similarly, about feeling connected, that this especially applies when you are interacting with other people in using the practice and focusing on positive experiences and talking about your strengths, that when you're doing those things, personal things with another person, you really feel connected with them because you're sharing good things and they're sharing good things with you. And that makes that connection different than if you're just not in this positivity framework. So increasing positivity with being connected is just the way to be with other people.
The mental stability at the bottom of the list here is one that's particularly near and dear to me in my meditation practice. As a meditator, I love having a method for calming and quieting the mind's chattering tendency. And just today, I tried this during my meditation practice as I was stilling my body and quieting my breathing and having to look at the mind. The mind was chippery, chipping along in a way that was not conducive to meditation. And I thought, well, let me try recalling a positive moment and just see what the effect is. So I did. I recalled a positive moment related to my teaching writing and my love of my students. And the associations that came along were much more positive and peaceful. And from there, it created for me what I think of as a stable platform from which meditation becomes much more possible. Let's just say possible. So in addition to that, anytime during the day that I start to observe I'm feeling a little out of sorts in one way or another, anyway, that might happen, recalling a positive moment has an acute, helpful effect. So those are the benefits, and it's tremendously important that you should feel good. And Gerald, what were you going to say?
Well, I was going to say that both Jennifer and I have been, I've lived a long number of years. She's getting along in years also, but both of us have agreed that as a result lately of doing this practice together and to focusing on it and being into it, that we both are feeling the best best period of our life, the best feelings we've had about our life and ourselves in the latter parts. And we attribute a lot of it to this practice. And so it's been really worthwhile for us, and we think it will be for you also if you can really get into it and continue.
That's our dear hope. We really wish these benefits for you. So keep practicing and keep in touch.
Okay, bye.